Hello again. This is Ian Noel Camalotis for Movie Talk, and I'm here to talk to you about March 2nd, 2014, in which Ellen DeGeneres will be hosting the 86th Academy Awards. I'm going to be telling you my predictions on what I think will win in specific categories, and I'll also give you my picks on what I would choose as the winners. The categories I'll be touching upon will be Best Animated Feature Film, Best Actress in a Supporting Role, Best Actor in a Supporting Role, Best Actress in a Leading Role, Best Actor in a Leading Role, and the cream of the crop, Best Picture. Well, let's get started. Animated films have been around for many, many decades and have been a part of film cinema. What makes animated films unique is the fact that the artists get to put more into the worlds and the characters than what you would see in live action films. A lot of times in films with live actors, most of the artistry comes from the director's choices in what the characters are supposed to do, as well as how the actors portray them. However, in animated films, there's also the hint of an artist who draws or digitizes a character and gets to create the character in their image on what they feel this character should look like. Usually, the focus will be to create the character and then find the voice that matches it, regardless of the look. This year's nominees is a very unique mix of artistry, both in story, but also in the art forms as well. Well, here are our candidates.
The Croods, starring Nicolas Cage, Emma Stone, and Ryan Reynolds. Despicable Me 2, starring Steve Carell, Kristen Wiig, Benjamin Bratt, Miranda Cosgrove, Russell Brand, and Ken Jeong. Ernest and Celestine, starring Forrest Whitaker, Mackenzie Foy, and Paul Giamatti for the English dub. Frozen, starring Kristen Bell, Idina Menzel, and Jonathan Groff. The Wind Rises, directed by Hayao Miyazaki, starring Joseph Gordon-Levitt, John Krasinski, Emily Blunt, Martin Short, and Stanley Tucci for the English dub.
Now, out of all the nominated films, I believe that the most popular film, Frozen, is going to win the award for Best Animated Film. And that actually would be my pick as well. In Frozen, you could see Disney trying to go back to their roots in the fantasy, fairy tale musical world. Just like they did with Tangled, they're taking a modern approach to this, both in music and also art styles and characters. However, this does bring up memories of films such as Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, Little Mermaid, The Lion King, and so on, going back to some of the earlier films. And I think Frozen really stands out above the rest. The other films are great films, but it's very hard to beat Disney when they're on the top of their game. So I feel that the film that will win Best Animated Feature Film will be Frozen, and that is also my pick as well. Now this year, for the nominees of Actress in a Supporting Role, it's a very unique and very tight-knit group of actresses. They're very good at what they do in the film. They play their characters well. However, there haven't been too many wins amongst all of them. As a matter of fact, the amount of nominations that all 5 women have garnered total is small compared to previous years. Well, let's take a look at our nominees.
Sally Hawkins, Blue Jasmine. Jennifer Lawrence, American Hustle. Lupita Nyong'o, 12 Years a Slave. Julia Roberts, August, Osage County. June Squibb, Nebraska.
Now, I feel you're going to hear this film pop up a lot in terms of being a favorite. In my opinion, I believe that Lupita Nyong'o, I believe I actually pronounced that right, I hope. But I feel that she will win the award for actress in a supporting role for her role in 12 Years a Slave. And that's my pick as well. 12 Years a Slave is a very powerful and very emotional film. And it's very sad, and there aren't too many happy moments in the film at all. So a lot of it runs on emotion, and a lot of it runs on agony. And her character really plays out the suffering that she goes through under the slave master that she is under. It'll be very unique to see, because I feel that compared to her fellow nominees, her portrayal of her character stands out above everybody else. And that says a lot, because you've got former winners in Julia Roberts and last year's winner for Best Lead Actress in Jennifer Lawrence in this category. I think, though, she's going to pull it out, and that would be my pick as well. Now we get to the actor in a supporting role, the best actor in a supporting role.
Barkhad Abdi for Captain Phillips. Bradley Cooper for American Hustle. Michael Fassbender for 12 Years a Slave. Jonah Hill for The Wolf of Wall Street. Jared Leto for Dallas Buyers Club.
This one is going to be very fun and interesting to see who wins, especially since none of any of the nominees have ever won an Academy Award for acting, whether it's lead or supporting. And there are only 2 actors that are part of the nominees that have been nominated once before, at least once before, and that would be Bradley Cooper, who was nominated last year for lead actor for his role in Silver Linings Playbook, and Jonah Hill, who was nominated for Best Supporting Actor a few years ago in his role in Moneyball. So you've got some strong candidates, and I feel that the Academy, again, is going to look to how powerful a film 12 Years a Slave is, especially with how the actors did in the film. I think Michael Fassbender is going to win the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. However, my pick would actually go to Barkhad Abdi for his portrayal in the film Captain Phillips. It's a very unique film. Again, just like 12 Years a Slave, it's based on a true story, except this story takes place a lot closer to the present time. And it's very unique to play a character who speaks a different language and doesn't speak English too well, yet the film is an English-spoken film. And there were a lot of ups and downs, and he played a lot of emotions and a lot of characters within his character himself. And I feel that he should stand out and should be the winner of this award. However, I think Michael Fassbender will be the Academy's pick. Okay, now we get to the award for Best Actress in a Leading Role. And this is going to be a very difficult one for me to say everything on, because I'm going to give you a few notes, which I actually will have to take a look at right here, just to give you an idea of how tough this category will be. Among the 5 candidates, or nominees as it were, there is a total of 37 nominations divided amongst the 5 of them, and a total of 6 wins, 3 of them coming from one of the candidates. There is a very strong group of actresses here, and they actually exemplify a lot of what the Academy means when it comes to acting. Before we get on to that, let's take a look at our candidates.
Amy Adams for American Hustle. Kate Blanchett for Blue Jasmine. Sandra Bullock for Gravity. Judi Dench for Philomena. Meryl Streep for August Osage County.
Now I'm still looking at my notes here, and as you can see, after seeing all those candidates, only one of them sticks out very interestingly out of that group, and that would be Amy Adams. She is the only actress out of the 5 of them that has yet to win an Academy Award for Best Supporting or Best Lead Actress. And it's very interesting because of the fact that she's been nominated 5 times. Kate Blanchett's also been nominated 5 times as well, and she's got at least 1 win. 2 nominations for Sandra Bullock. She won her first time, and this is her second chance at it. You've got 7 nominations for Judi Dench, and she has won an award for Best Supporting Actress back in 1999 for her film that year. And then you've got the always appearing Meryl Streep, who's got a staggering 18 nominations dating back to 1979. That would be her first nomination. And she's won 3 times. Twice in a leading role and once in a supporting role. Her films are 1980 Kramer versus Kramer, where she won her only supporting actress award. You've got 1983 Sophie's Choice, where she won the lead role. And she won back in 2012 when she won the actress in a leading role for her role in the film Iron Lady. Now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about who I think will win the award for Best Leading Actress and who I would pick. You know, thinking about it now, I feel that the winner will end up being Judi Dench. I think this will be her second time winning, and she played a very genuine and caring and likable role in the film Philomena. You're going to hear this a lot at the Academy Awards, but this was based on a true story as well. Judi Dench's character is Philomena, and her character is very likable, and just following her on her journey to find her son is a very touching and heartwarming story. There's a lot of sadness along the way, and she really plays it off not too over the top and very genuinely. I feel that will be the award that she will receive as her role in Philomena, and I think the Academy is going to look to that, especially since surprisingly there is no representative for the film 12 Years a Slave in the actress in a leading role. I feel that if there were a candidate, and if it was Lupita Nyong'o, she would probably win leading actress. However, she's in a supporting actress role, and with her out of the way, it's still up in the air for leading actress, and Judi Dench seems to be the front runner in my opinion. However, if I had my choice, I would finally give Amy Adams her first Academy Award win. I've enjoyed all her films, and I've enjoyed especially a lot of her great characters, especially the films that she's been in where she was nominated for leading actress or supporting actress, and I would give her the award. American Hustle is a very unique story, and she really plays off this character in a way that makes you forget that she was the singer, the fairy tale princess in the film Enchanted. Makes you forget that she was this do-gooder character from Doubt, and all her other characters that she has. She really stands out in this, especially as a seductress and as a hustler. That's who I would pick. However, the Academy, I think, will choose Judi Dench as the winner for this category. Next up, we reach the award for actor in a leading role.
Christian Bale for American Hustle. Bruce Dern for Nebraska. Leonardo DiCaprio for The Wolf of Wall Street. Chiwetel Ejiofor for 12 Years a Slave, Matthew McConaughey for Dallas Buyers Club.
Now, unlike the actress in a leading role portion, the 5 candidates here are also very talented. However, there haven't been as many nominations total amongst the 5 of them compared to the actress in a leading role, thanks in part to Meryl Streep being nominated a staggering 18 times. The only one that has the most nominations here is Leo DiCaprio himself, where he stands at 4 nominations, but no wins. You've got also Christian Bale, who's already won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor in The Fighter back in 2011. You've got Bruce Dern, who's being nominated for the 2nd time in his whole career. You've also got 2 first-time nominees. One is Chiwetel Ejiofor, I hope I'm saying that right, from 12 Years a Slave, and you also have Matthew McConaughey for his portrayal in the based on a true story film Dallas Buyers Club. Now, you kept hearing the theme over and over again, and I think you're already getting a little heads up as to the Best Picture winner, but I feel that Chiwetel Ejiofor will win Best Actor. His character was very sincere, very emotional, and really kept you holding on hope that he would get out. Even if you've read the book or if you've heard the story already, you were always hoping for him to reach that time where he can actually finally escape from his 12 years in slavery and captivity. He played a phenomenal character and did a phenomenal job in that role, and I think that the Academy is going to award him the Best Actor in a leading role. However, if I had my choice, I would actually pick Leonardo DiCaprio. Now, DiCaprio's character plays Jordan. Let me actually get that right, because I need to get this perfect. Jordan Belfort, which is also the author. He's the author of the book that this film was based on, and it's also based on his true life. What's very funny and unique, if you really do the research, most of the scenes in the film The Wolf on Wall Street come directly from the book. It's one of the few times you'll see the movie follow a lot from the book, which in the book he says really happened to him. Leo DiCaprio really plays a character that is different from anything that at least I've seen him in. I've seen a lot of his films, but in this one you could see him as a brash, egotistical, sex-hungry, drug addict, money-grubbing, greedy, insensitive person. And it's very interesting to see Leo DiCaprio play a character like this that is also the main character of the story and is the character that you are following and in some ways would either root for or root against. I think he really put himself over the top and really played a role that's even very different from what he's played before. And I think, in my opinion, he deserves the award. However, I would not argue against Chiwetel Ejiofor winning the award as well, which I think the Academy will go for. Finally, we've come to the cream of the crop, the Best Picture Award. Many films have won Best Picture, although arguably some of them shouldn't have, especially when compared to their fellow nominees. Now, not too long ago, the Academy actually extended the number of nominees to actually 10. The limit is 10 now compared to other categories, which at most would be 5. This opens the gates up to a lot more options and hopefully a lot more intrigue as to who will win. But before we get to that, let's take a look at our nominees.
American Hustle, Captain Phillips, Dallas Buyers Club, Gravity, Her, Nebraska, Philomena, 12 Years a Slave, The Wolf of Wall Street.
Now, after seeing all those candidates, do you see a theme that's going on with the Best Picture nominees? Based on or inspired by a true story. You've got Captain Phillips, based on or inspired by a true story. Dallas Buyers Club, based on or inspired by a true story. Philomena, based on or inspired by a true story. 12 Years a Slave, based on or inspired by a true story. The Wolf of Wall Street, The Wolf of Wall Street, based on or inspired by a true story. That is one of the key things that you will see a lot of times when seeing nominees for Best Picture. If there's any film based on a true story, and if it's done well, you'll see it as a nominee. Now, really looking at it, you heard me say with the other categories, one film that I felt stuck out that I think the Academy will actually pick. So I feel the Oscars are going to go for Best Picture to 12 Years a Slave. You've got great actors in it. You've got a very moving and emotional story. It's very driven, keeps you moving through the film that you want to see what happens next. Will this character finally reach the end of the story? Will it be a happy ending? Won't it be a happy ending? And I feel that's what will win Best Picture at the Oscars. However, what's unique about this is, for my choice, out of all the categories I mentioned, this film doesn't have any nominations for it, and that film is the film Her. It stars Joaquin Phoenix, Scarlett Johansson, Amy Adams, Rooney Mara. It's got a cameo by Olivia Wilde in there, and it's a very unique story. And in some ways, it's not just a drama and romance film, it's also a science fiction film as well. So you've got two sci-fi films that are nominated this year, one in Gravity and the second being Her. And I feel Her is a very unique story. It's a very touching story, and it takes the concept of computers and being self-aware to a different level than we are used to, and in a deeper level as well. I'm looking at it as a film that would break new ground and is a very unique and intriguing film. Just like all the other films here, they've got a great story, they've got great acting, and I feel the emotional element and the really thought-provoking story really brings this film to the front of my mind as a film that I think should win the Best Picture. That would be my pick if I got a chance to vote, but I'm not one of the voters. So I feel in the end the Oscars will pick 12 Years a Slave. However, my personal pick would be the film Her. Well, those are my picks for the 86th Academy Awards. Hopefully you take the time to see it on March 2nd. And I'm hoping to enjoy watching it, especially with Ellen DeGeneres as a host for the second time. And afterward, I will talk about my thoughts and opinions as to the actual winners at the Academy Awards. And I will also give a review of the winning films for the categories that I mentioned. Well, this is Ian Noel Camalotis for Movie Talk. Thank you for watching.